Hello, it's Grandma Ray. I love children, I love books, and I especially love reading books to children. In this video, I'm recommending and reading The Library. This book was written by Sarah Stewart, and the pictures were drawn by David Small. Here we go. Elizabeth Brown entered the world dropping straight down from the sky. Elizabeth Brown entered the world skinny, nearsighted, and shy. There's Elizabeth Brown. Nearsighted means that she can only see things close up. She didn't like to play with dolls. She didn't like to skate. She learned to read quite early and at an incredible rate. She always took a book to bed with a flashlight under the sheet. She'd make a tent of covers and read herself to sleep. Oh, I used to like to do that when I was a kid. Elizabeth Brown went off to school dragging a steamer trunk. Elizabeth Brown unpacked her books, breaking the upper bunk. She had a lot of books. I have a lot of books. She sat in all her classes and doodled on a pad, adrift in dreams of entering a reader's Olympiad. She manufactured library cards and checked out books to friends, then shocked them with her midnight raids to collect the books again. She liked loaning the books, but she wanted them back. Elizabeth Brown preferred a book to going on a date. While friends went out and danced till dawn, she stayed up reading late. Well, nothing wrong with either of those things. She took the train one afternoon and promptly lost her way, so bought a house and settled down to tutoring for pay. Tutoring is teaching kids that are having trouble with some subject. It's a good idea for her. Elizabeth Brown walked into town, summer, fall, winter, and spring. Elizabeth Brown walked into town looking for only one thing. She didn't want potato chips. She didn't want new clothes. She went straight to the bookstore. May I have one of those? She wanted more books, didn't she? It's all she's interested in. Elizabeth Brown walked right back home and read and read and read. She even read while exercising and standing on her head. Well, it would be hard to read that way, wouldn't it? She made a list of groceries and tucked them in her book, then lost the list among the fruits and left with nothing to cook. She read about Greek goddesses while vacuuming the floor, attending only to her book. She'd walk into a door. Uh-oh. I have to admit, I've been reading while walking and have walked into things. Books were piled on top of chairs and spread across the floor. Her shelves began to fall apart as she read more and more. Big books made very solid stacks on which teacups could rest. Small books became the building blocks for busy little guests. Well, that's a lot of books. It's a lot of books. Books everywhere. When volumes climbed the parlor walls and blocked the big front door, she had to face the awful fact she could not have one more. Uh-oh. What do you think she's going to do? I hope she has a plan. Elizabeth Brown walked into town that very afternoon. Elizabeth Brown walked into town whistling a happy tune. She didn't want a bicycle. She didn't want silk bows. She went straight to the courthouse. May I have one of those? The form was for donations. She quickly wrote this line: I E. Brown, give to the town all that was ever mine. So she donated everything to the town. Well, looky there. They turned her house with all of the books into a library. That's an excellent idea. Elizabeth Brown moved in with a friend and lived to a ripe old age. They walked to the library day after day and turned page after page. She's reading with a friend now. After page. Well, isn't that a fun book? All about somebody who loves books. If your grown-ups would like more information about this book, they'll find that in the show notes. Maybe they'll get one for you. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me again sometime. Bye-bye.